Yesterday, people across Mizoram came together to mark the 40th anniversary of the historic Mizoram Peace Accord signed on 30th June 1986. 4 decades after bringing an end to years of insurgency, the agreement remains a symbol of peace, stability, and reconciliation. Across the state, commemorative programs, speeches, and discussions reflected on how the accord has changed Mizoram's future. At the same time, political parties offer different views on who should receive the greatest credit for preserving that peace. At the Mizo celebration in Aizawl, Home Minister Pvt Sabdanga said the Mizoram Peace Accord is one of the most successful peace agreements in India because it has remained intact for 40 years without being broken. He said the agreement transformed Mizoram from a state affected by conflict into one of the most peaceful places in the country. He encouraged young people to learn about the difficult years before peace returned, so they would understand the value of the life they enjoy today. He also recognized the contributions made by churches, student organizations, political leaders, and former Chief Minister Pulel Thanhola in building lasting peace. Reverend Dr. C.L. Minga was also honored with a Peace Award for his contribution. Governor General Dr. Vijay Kumar Singh attended a separate Ruby Jubilee program organized by the Zoram Research Foundation and Aizawl Club. He described the Mizoram Peace Accord as a model for resolving conflict not only in India but around the world. He said the agreement ended 20 years of violence and created the foundation for peace, development, and stability. During the program, he also released a case study titled The Enduring Legacy of the Mizo Peace Accord. Meanwhile, MNF President Mizoram Thanga said the peace accord continues to be the country's most successful peace agreement and highlighted the importance of Article 371G in protecting the identity, customs, and traditions of the Mizo people. However, he criticized the present ZPM government for accepting the Forest Conservation Amendment Act 2023, claiming that it weakens the constitutional safeguard provided to Mizoram. The Mizoram Pradesh Congress Committee also marked the anniversary. Party President Pulel Thanzara said peace became possible because of the combined efforts of the people of Mizoram, church leaders, students, political parties, the Congress-led central government under former Prime Minister Indira Gandhi, and former Chief Minister Pulel Thanhola. Across the state, former and present legislators also gathered to discuss how the peace accord continues to shape Mizoram's development and social harmony even after 4 decades. As Mizoram remembers its past, the state is also looking towards a more digital future. Today marks the official launch of Mizo Taxi, Mizoram's first government-supported digital taxi platform. By 4:30 yesterday evening, 973 vehicles had already been registered on the platform. These include 275 four-wheel taxis, 681 two-wheel taxis, and 17 auto rickshaws. Registration continued even after the official deadline. The new app has been introduced to make taxi services more transparent and ensure that passengers pay regulated fares. The registration fee for drivers has also been reduced from Rs 600 to Rs 500, and the payment will remain valid for the lifetime of the vehicle. Taxi fares will be fixed by the State Transport Authority, while a service charge of around 6 to 10% will later be transferred to the app developer DigiRide. Fresh figures released on Monday show that Mizoram's fight against illegal drugs remain one of the state's biggest challenges. In Champhai district alone, between 26 May and 28 June, police registered 23 cases under the Narcotic Drugs and Psychotropic Substances Act. 28 people were arrested, including 10 Myanmar nationals. Authorities seized more than 2.1 kilograms of heroin, over 63.5 kilograms of methamphetamine tablets, and 11 vehicles linked to drug trafficking. During the same period, the Excise and Narcotics Department also seized heroin, methamphetamine tablets, ganja, and psychotropic medicines in separate operations. Assam Rifles intercepted additional narcotics before handing them over to state authorities. Speaking yesterday, Home Minister Pvt Sabdanga warned that drugs have become one of the greatest threats facing Mizo youth today. He said narcotics continue to enter the state from across the eastern border despite round-the-clock efforts by police, excise officials, and community organizations. He also revealed that rehabilitation centers around Aizawl are already full, urging young people to stay away from drugs completely. He said prevention remains the strongest defense against addiction. On Monday, Chief Minister Pulal Duama made it clear that there are currently no plans to reshuffle his cabinet as the ZPM government completes 2.5 years in office. Speaking during a ZPM meeting, he said ministers have been working hard in their respective departments and any future changes would only be made if administrative needs require them. At the same time, the Chief Minister admitted that more reforms are needed to remove corruption, improve government systems, and raise the standard of public services. He said the government must continue to remain accountable to the people and always place public welfare ahead of politics. Mizoram has also highlighted its progress in healthcare at the national level. Health Minister Pilarin Pui represented the state at the 16th Conference of the Central Council of Health and Family Welfare held at Vigyan Bhawan in New Delhi. The meeting was chaired by Union Health Minister J.P. Nadda. During the conference, the minister presented several achievements made by Mizoram's health sector. She said the state has successfully reduced infant and under 5 mortality rates, achieved vaccination coverage of around 90%, and expanded tuberculosis screening through the use of X-ray technology. She also said 121 health facilities across the state have now received National Quality Assurance Standards certification. Mamit District was recognized as the 3rd best aspirational districts in India under the health and nutrition category. She further noted that Mizoram's own health scheme has now been successfully integrated with the center's Ayushman Bharat program. Rural Development Minister Professor Laniloma attended the National Rural Development Conference in New Delhi on Monday, where the central government discussed the rollout of the new Viksit Bharat Guarantee for Rozgar and Ajivika Mission Gramin, or the VBG Ramji, which officially replaced the MGNREGA from today. The minister said Mizoram is among the first states to complete all preparations needed for the new program. During the meeting, he requested the early release of pending wage payments for contract workers. He also sought greater central support for rural livelihood programs and faster implementation of the Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana Gramin housing scheme in Mizoram. The Aizawl Municipal Corporation has approved a development-focused budget of Rs 127.55 crore for the 2026 to 2027 financial year. Around 79% of the total budget has been set aside for development projects, while about 21% will cover salaries and administrative expenses. Executive Corporator Ms. Christina Rola Puisilo said the budget reflects the promises made in the ZPM manifesto and aims to improve public infrastructure as well as municipal services. She explained that this year's budget is larger than last year's mainly because of unspent Finance Commission grants that have been carried forward. Meanwhile, during National Statistic Day celebrations on Monday, ICT Minister Dr. Vanel Khana launched the new Mizoram Civil Registration System portal. The digital platform will register births and deaths across the state while linking directly with the national registration system. The minister said accurate data is the foundation of good governance and reminded officials that collecting information is only the first step. Understanding why trends change is equally important for better planning and policy making. The Mizoram Government Ad Hoc Aided High School Teachers Association, known as Migata, has once again appealed to the state government to provincialize all eligible aided schools together instead of doing so in phases. Following an executive meeting yesterday, the association opposed any partial provincialization and rejected proposals that could downgrade schools under a public-private partnership model. It urged the government to honor its earlier commitments and ensure that schools in rural areas receive equal treatment. Yesterday also saw several development initiatives announced across different parts of Mizoram. In Kozol, MLA Puje Jelilpeklua attended the District Football Association General Body meeting, where he encouraged sports officials to focus on producing players capable of representing India instead of only winning local tournaments. Footballers who have represented Mizoram and India at national and international competitions were also honored. That is all for today. Thank you for watching.